Hi there, Jen Maynard here from the Boho Bride Guide. I hope all is well. I thought I would pop on today to give you a bit of an update. So as of today, I am going to be joining you each week on a Friday in the Boho Bride Guide Collective Facebook group. And sharing with you tips, hints and step-by-step activities to enable you to attract your ideal community, nurture your online relationships with those newly attracted people, promote your product offerings that you create, and leave your customers surprised and delighted. And so my check-in is going to be called the Wedding Business Builder check-in every Friday. And I thought I would start today by where I start with all of my wedding businesses that I work with, and we'll get down to the crux of why you have chosen to continue to slay away at your wedding business, as this is really the crux of what we need in our worlds at the moment, to make sure that when we hit those challenges, when we hit those barriers and those in the too hard box, that we can come back to our why and really hone in on this is where I'm going. Refocus your energy to achieve your goals within your business. So I very much know that a lot of us out there, we wear all of the hats. You know, we're working on our own many times in our business, and we're working away to move it forward and gain customers and gain that sort of brand awareness around your wedding business. But I do acknowledge that, you know, especially in this time, we've had COVID to deal with. We've had, you know, many of us have got family to also care for, friends to support. Many of us, we've got other work commitments as well as our wedding business, you know, whether our wedding business is our side hustle and our sort of aspiration as to where we want to get to. Not to mention the challenges of working out yourself, working through that self-doubt. Am I doing the right thing? Getting overwhelmed around the amount of things that you need to do in your business, and going it alone. We are all in the same boat, and at times in our working lives, these things come up to challenge us. And so I put together an activity that I would really recommend us all doing. And so basically to create our own wedding business affirmations. So when things are getting tough, we have, you know, on the wall visually where we can see to keep us going and keep us ploughing on. So without further ado, the activity is called My Wedding Business Will activity. So I want you to get your diary out, whether that's online, whether that's a physical diary. Find a 20-minute slot where you can really dedicate some time to doing this activity. And then you get the added bonus of ticking it off when you've completed it, which I always like. I'm a bit of I like a list, definitely. So then I would like you to grab a pen and paper or a Google Doc and write down what the first question is: what 3 life experiences led you to decide what you wanted to start a business in the wedding industry for? Okay, so what were the 3 main things that came together at that point in time to make you decide, right, I am going for this, I am dipping my toe, and I am gonna put my energies into building something exciting? Number 1. Question 2 that I next want you to have a look at. So I would like you to bullet point the answer to this question. When you first started out, whether you're starting out now or whether you've started out years ago, I want you to think back to that moment. What were the main life changes or improvements that you wanted to achieve by starting your wedding business? Okay, so, you know, when you were thinking, right, I dream of getting into the wedding business, what do I want to achieve? Whether that is, you know, fulfillment around being creative, whether that's serving others, whether that's around your life business balance, you know, do you want to be more flexible around children or you know, other caring commitments? So I want you to note those down and really hone in on those initial feelings of what your aspirations were. What got you excited to start your wedding business? Number 3, what would these life changes impact? Who would these life changes impact once they are achieved? So by you enabling your wedding business and creating a successful sort of sustainable business that supports you financially as well as creatively and everything else. Who else benefits? Is that your family? You know, do you get to spend more time with your friends? Do you get to spend more time working in charity or you know, whatever it is? Who else benefits? It really enables you to focus in on what other benefits are there from getting this wedding business successful. Number 4, so when you reach your wedding business aspirations, and whether that is a year 1 aspiration, 3-year aspiration, or 5-year aspiration, you decide, what will your wedding business enable you to do in regards to these following things? You know, what will it enable you to do around your life business balance and your flexibility to, you know, be able to say, right, I'm going to leave that and come and do that today, or I'm going to pick the kids up 9 and 3 and then work around that. What does that look like for you? What does it do with regards to igniting your creativity and fulfilling that passion and sort of, you know, that drive to create things? As the wedding business is, you know, it's a beautiful place to be working. There's so much potential to dig into your creativity. What about your work environment? You know, where do you aspire to work? Whether you've got there now or whether that's 5 years time, what is your aspiration around what your daily work environment looks like? Your financial stability. I really implore people to physically work out, you know, what does your fully booked look like, and what does, what does your day look like in capacity wise, and your week kind of thing. Who do you want to work with? Who is your ideal community that you want to serve? What type of client gives you energy? Really hone in on what that looks like for your aspiration. What about, you know, how does your wedding business enable your sort of authenticity and your self-confidence? I have always majorly suffered with sort of imposter syndrome in my corporate jobs, always feeling like I am not good enough or I'm not up to scratch. You know, by enabling a wedding business, what does this do for that self-confidence? Again, on the same lines, what does it do to sort of your mental health and well-being when you are running that successful wedding business? How should you be feeling on a day-to-day basis, and are you making time for your well-being and wellness? And then any other areas that you can think of, really. So in that activity, for each one of those points, I would like you to write a sentence or two, starting with, my wedding business will enable me to. And for me, it would be, my wedding business will enable me to drop off and pick up the kids from school, will enable me to fulfill my creative passions and create new and innovative ideas around sort of eco-conscious wedding floral design. And once all of these are noted down, I want you to write them nice and clear onto a piece of paper and get them up wherever you sit regularly, where you do your administration or that sort of thing. Get it up on sort of a vision board as to, when you achieve your goals, what will your wedding business enable you to do? The last activity I'd like you to have a look at is question 5. So I'd like you to write a paragraph describing what a week in your life would look like when you reach your wedding aspirations in that given time you set yourself. And this will really help you sort of cement what does success look like for you. And, you know, when you're having those hard times, especially over the last year, I don't know about you, but it's sort of, you're constantly questioning, am I doing the right thing? You know, keeping going, you know, while all of this, the COVID crap has been happening. By knowing your why really helps you clarify and refocus where you're heading and what you need to do to get there. You can start with your version of success, and then after that you can break it down into smaller achievable goals to enable you to get there. But in your perfect week that you're going to visualize, I want you to think about, what time do you wake up? Sort of, you know, what is the first thing that you do? Is it some yoga? Is it some breathing exercises? Or is it, you know, get straight downstairs, grab a cuppa and you're go, 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 whatever works for you. Then what time do you actually start work on your business? You know, what do you do first? Are you an emails person to get that going? Or are you most creative at the start of the day? So you want to get into your workshop or you want to create that mood board. Picture what your day and week are going to look like. Who will you be working with? Will you have a team around you? Will you be working with other suppliers? Will you be, and you know, where will you be working? also sort of what do you have in your diary? You know, what are you there ready to look forward to, and how many clients are you serving? You know, you might only want to do one wedding a month, one wedding a week, two weddings a week, but to really clarify what does your version of success look like and what does that week look like will really help you in those tough times, in those moments of, oh my God, where do I start, sort of thing. So with that, I am going to put all of those notes into the comments section so you can have a go at the activity. I would love to hear from you and see how you're getting on. But as I mentioned, I'm going to be doing a weekly check-in with you in the Boho Bride Guide Collective. You can watch this afterwards, but I look forward to seeing you every week. Take care.